Hello and welcome to Realexcel Epilepsy Portal, where we talk about everything that we think of on the subject of seizures and epilepsy. Today's live stream is about dealing with loneliness and isolation, about depression, and we're going to give out a lot of good pointers, not just pointers that have been learned from others, but also pointers that I have learned in my personal life that I want to share with you. Virginia has agreed to be on a stream through being on in a chat today because she's not feeling well enough to be on camera, but she's going to be in a chat. So hopefully you guys get to talk to her today, okay? And I'm very happy for that. All right. So the first thing, I have prepared a few things written down because I like to write them down. I'm gonna take my ear thingies off because they are just preventing me from hearing things properly. But I do want to know. I want to make sure that I'm getting the. Okay, never mind that. I wanted to make sure that I was getting the audio proper. So, Virginia, if you're on the stream, can you let me know if the audio is good? And I want to make sure that there's no echo. It has been a little bit of delay. My camera didn't want to work properly today. Right? Misbehaving. Okay, so I have prepared 3 sheets that I'm going to show you. Because I like to show stuff that you can read and things that you can have a look at it later on if you want to jog your memory, and if you know things that you can just remind you of what we were talking about, and just go from there, because many times we learn something, we talk about it, and we think, oh, it was an excellent idea, it was a great thing, I really wanted to do it, but what was it? I can't remember. Okay, so this will help you remember. When you watch the stream, you can just pause on it, and so I have this prepared in like papers like this. I'll just hold it to the camera for you guys to read, and I will also post. I can post photographs of this on the in the community tab for you guys. Okay. So the first thing I wanted to address is isolation. Okay. With the feelings, with being isolated. Hi, Sophie. Hi, I'm here. Hi, Virginia. Audio is good. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you so much. So today's topic, Sophie, is isolation, loneliness, depression. So everything that everything that is on the topic of here and now, because we're in a pandemic, so we have to deal with a lot more than chronic illness. We have to deal with a lot of outside restrictions as well, which may make things worse for many people. A lot of people will or are in pretty much the same situation they were before. Uh, Depending on how restricted mobility they had prior to COVID. But for a lot of people, things just got worse, a lot worse, and this has been going on for such a long time that it needs to be addressed. And I have a few good pointers for today. If you guys have pointers for anyone, things that you have learned from your life, or things that you have learned from the internet, you are very welcome to share them. Okay, please don't post links. Just cut and paste, okay, whatever information you want to share. You can always, you know, quote where it came from. If Sophie is good that way, she tells us where it comes from. And so we're gonna talk about isolation first. All right. Now, isolation can have lasting negative effects. I wrote it down just so I can get all of that information out to you, and I don't want to miss a word because each word has significance. So it can have lasting negative effects on your mental health. Um, Now we all know that mental health is a huge issue for everyone right now. Okay, or for more than 50% of population. So we are right on the money here. Okay, especially if depression, anxiety, and stress are already some of the issues you are already battling. Okay, so with feeling or with being isolated, there come feelings of loneliness, there come feelings of depression, uh, added stress and anxiety. They have already been there for most of us, most of people who have chronic illness. And you know, in epilepsy, it is super common to have both anxiety issues, no, not both actually, all three of them, depression, and there are other feelings that don't help to make things better in your life. Okay, so with that said, I want to say that you want to prevent becoming physically ill as well as a result of these. So these emotional issues. Okay, I want you to. Oh, hi Matthew, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. We have Virginia in the chat today, so you guys are welcome to chat with her. She has not been able to come on camera. She's not feeling well, but she's in the chat, so you can direct any questions that you want to her. And she has a lot to share as well about all of these emotional issues: depression, anxiety, stress, loneliness, isolation, all of it. Okay. So Sophie says, "I am good. I may go get wood for the wood burning fire stove. Nice. But for now, I will watch the and enjoy the live stream." Okay. So yeah, that's great that you have a wood stove. It's actually, it may come in handy. You know, especially if, you know, any electricity problems are around, because you never know what can happen. Anyways, back on topic, okay? Uh, so what I want to do today is I want to help you guys to not to change your opinion about things, but I want to kind of help to guide you towards having a perception of being more in control of your emotions. Okay, so having perception on something is practically what your beliefs are. So if you believe something is certain way, this is how things are for you. Okay, so if you believe that you are in control of your emotions, if you strongly believe in a core that you are in control of your emotions, then you will be, and then you are, because so you are because you believe so. Okay, that's your programming, and that's how your brain interprets everything. So let's say something happens and something upsets someone who already believes that they are in control of their emotions. You know, something happens outside, somebody comes yelling or whatever, and so the person who believes that they're in control, they're gonna think, oh, okay, you know, this person is obviously having some of their personal issues. It's not my fault, and you know, I'm just gonna either walk away or you know, calmly tell this person to calm down depending on, you know, what interaction needs to be done with that person, okay? But so what you believe is true, and what you perceive about your feelings, you know, that's what it is for you. Um, so, and also by being in control of your perception, you will be able to understand better where you are in your life in terms of emotional health. Okay. Uh, Here are some ways of breaking the feelings of loneliness and isolation. So I put some things together for you to see. Okay, I'm gonna just put the paper. I'm gonna put this little paper to the camera. So you guys, if uh, I will post the pictures in community tab. Okay, but I hope this is not a mirror that you could. Are you able to read this, or this is like a mirrored thing? Because if it's mirrored, then I'm just gonna post the pictures on in a community tab instead. Oh, Matthew says, I am not well. I am in court. Oh, you are in quarantine. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Matthew. Um, are you having the symptoms and you having the COVID? You know, you are welcome to share if you wish so, to tell us how you're feeling and what the issues are. Okay. Um, yes. So please share with us how things are for you. So this is another thing that I want to talk. I will talk about it a little bit later. Is about, especially when we are social. Let's say the popular word is we are social animals. Okay, we are human beings are very social, and we need to interact with others. We need to interact with others to feel that we matter, to feel well, not necessarily important, but just to feel that we matter, to feel that we have been seen, to feel that we have been heard. And more than anything, guys, if someone comes, or you see something going on, always practice and show compassion to others, okay? Because you don't know what they go through. You know, no matter how well situated or well behaved or whatever they look, there are always, everyone has issues, and everyone is, you know, goes through things. So if anyone is in distress, you know, always show compassion, show understanding, okay? Um, oh, it was mirrored. Okay. Oh, you tested. So can you tell us, if you don't mind sharing, what are your symptoms? Like what are you going through right now? Because that would be, you know, pretty important thing for others to know. Uh, if you know, if you feel free to share it, and to know what you're going through, as a lot of people are going through the same issues. Okay. So sorry about the thing that's mirrored. I will post, like I said, I will post these photos of these uh, in the community tab. Okay, for you guys. So I'm gonna go on and say, when we are deprived of social connections, we feel lonely. Okay, loneliness, like hunger, is a warning signal to remind us that we are not meant to be alone. Our bodies will produce more stress and inflammation, thus more irritability, anxiety, or depression. So, emotional, people with epilepsy, caregivers, people who have chronic illness, they go through a lot of, or they go through a lot of these issues on daily basis, and that goes on for years, depending how long they had the illness for. And pandemic just probably added to some people's lives. It just added extra, extra of everything. Okay, so for some it didn't. For some, life didn't change much, because for some of us, like myself, for example, I never went outside unless I absolutely had to, unless I absolutely had to do something, like get food or to take the dogs out. Pretty much, that's it. And go to the store to get necessities. I never went out for something that I didn't need to. Okay, and that's because of health issues and because of pain. And so things have not changed for me, have not changed much at all. um, the thing that actually does bother me is having to wear the face mask, which is hard to breathe, and I already have breathing problems. So that can, all of those things add to how we feel, how we deal with that. Like, I mean, I put the mask on before I leave the home and take it off after I get here. So I don't take it off while I'm outside at all. Sophie says my cousin, um, aunt, and godfather all had tested positive. All were at high risk, and all have been in various stages of recovery. Okay, so how, well, I guess you didn't get it, so which is a good thing, because that can't be good for anyone. Matthew says breathing is faint. You always feel dizzy and puking and diarrhea constantly. Okay, yeah, so I'm sorry to hear that. Now I have felt really, really bad in the last for the last couple of weeks, like super, super weak. Super, I did not go to the hospital because I am actually afraid, unless I'm like absolutely, I can't walk at all, I will not go to the hospital. So I'm staying home anyway, so I'm not jeopardizing anybody else's health. But so dizziness, and all of the well, pretty much all of the symptoms. I did feel nausea like all day, and then the last stuff that you were saying as well. So I went through all those things. Weakness more than anything, dizziness, very bad. I had super bad vertigo. For like 3 days, I could not walk straight at all. And that is like very uncommon for me. So I was very, very scared at that time. Okay. And coughing my head off. Okay. Matthew, are you taking anything for that? Like, I know it is a virus. So, there are still natural remedies for viruses when it comes to coughing, okay? Um, I don't know if you were here for were you here for the stream where I was talking about the herbs? Okay, this is a Goldenseal root powder, okay? If you have a chance to get this, get it in capsules. You can order it to have it home. So it has to be a root powder, okay? Don't get it mixed with echinacea. You need to get the purest form of the root only. Goldenseal root powder, get it in capsules so you have the proper dose. And please do not take more than you need to at the beginning, because it will help. It will cleanse the system. It will help expel the virus. It works on in various ways in the body, so it helps with inflammation. It's antibacterial, antifungal, uh, anti for pretty much everything, any kind of bugs that you can get. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that's good. So if you can I can actually order this on Amazon. Okay, I don't know if you shop on Amazon. I'm gonna post a link in the description. Are you in the States? Make sure that you go to the top one where it says Shop in USA. I have 67 of them with me. 67 of them. What do you mean by that? 67 tablets of Goldenseal. I'm not sure what you meant by that. Okay, so yeah, so Goldenseal, for those of you guys who are suffering, I highly recommend it because anytime I have anything going on, now for example, what I do is because I'm already an advanced user for Goldenseal, I've been using it for years, okay? I've been having breathing problems and problems with my lungs, inflammation and all that. So whenever I feel bad, I take it. So I mix it with water, okay? But the best thing is for those of you who are not familiar with it, to get it in a pill form, okay? And to take it proper dose and only the dose as it says on the bottle. Okay. Oh, you have the jars. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, because those are yeah, Goldenseal is actually quite expensive. Make sure that you don't take too much at once, okay? Because it is very strong. If you take too much, it can make you very sick. All right. And it also raises blood pressure, and so if you have blood pressure problem, always make sure that you only take the dose that you need to. Okay, so I lost. Okay, so where am I gonna? Okay, so we were talking about irritability, anxiety, and depression. So, Virginia, can you share some of your issues with everyone, because it is really, really important for people to, interact and to understand others at what they go through. Now, we do have a few videos on emotional support, okay? And I encourage you, watch those videos. Virginia's in them. She talks about her depression. She talks about her emotional her hurdles, and her emotional issues. And it is great to know that others go through similar things. So you understand that you're not alone. That at this time of the pandemic, and pretty much everyone who has seizures and epilepsy is going through emotional difficulties of many different kinds on huge different spectrum as well. So yeah. So Virginia says, um, when I have anxiety and depression, I feel like I don't even want to get out of bed and interact with anyone. Matthew says, doctors put plastic on my door and walls and bed and dresser and TV. Oh, okay. Where are you? Are you at home? Like, this is a little unusual. Are you sharing your area with other people? Because yeah, I guess if you're sharing your area with others, that could be an issue. So it doesn't, so the COVID doesn't spread to other people. Yeah. So how are you emotionally dealing with this, Matthew? Are you like, do you like reach out to others? I will talk about dealing with this issue of loneliness, especially in the COVID now. and how to address it. Are you active talking to others on the phone? Talking to people that in your life, connecting with them. It's the best thing to be able to connect with them on camera. You have like, well, camera phone, or you can do it through Facebook, through WhatsApp. There are different apps that provide that. And if you live, especially if you live in different country, you have family somewhere else. Okay. So let us know how you're dealing with it. How you actually feeling, because the most the hardest thing is, when somebody asks you on a day that you're really really not feeling well. You see somebody on the street and they'll say, "Oh, hey, how are you?" And then you say, "Oh, I'm fine. Oh, I'm fine. I'm okay. How are you?" Well, first of all, you're not saying the truth. Okay. If it's someone that you really really well, you can ask, "Do you really want to know?" Okay, so this is a conversation starter. Well, not necessarily now in a pandemic, because we're in a lockdown, so we're not supposed to socialize with other people. Okay, but you can do that, on a face talk, and you can just say, if it's your friend, you can say, "Well, do you really want to know? You're just asking," because if they just say, "I'm just asking," means they don't really want to know how you feel. Okay. So that person, you can say goodbye to it right away. "Okay, I'm busy. I'll call you another time." Right? But, be compassionate. Understand, if somebody's compassionate with you and they really care about you, they will ask you and they will want to know how you're doing and they will want to help you. Okay? And that's the whole point of this. Um, Sophie says, "I think that everyone with epilepsy has a higher level of anxiety, and some have panic attacks." Yes. For example, through like though thoughts like I did, I take my meds, and what will people think if I have a seizure? Things like that. Yes. So depression, anxiety, all of those things. Okay, loneliness, isolation, depression, anxiety. All of those things are a part of living with epilepsy. Okay, so for those of you who watch this stream and don't know much about seizures, that's what people who have epilepsy, who have seizures, who have chronic illness, they go through. All right. It is not easy, and they go through it many times. They go through it for many years already, depending on how long they've had the illness. And like I said before, the spectrum of the anxiety and panic attacks and feelings, it's a huge spectrum. So it depends on the person. They will feel different degrees of emotions. Sophie says, "For me, I find it almost impossible to do new tasks without thinking I am going to fall, or I am doing the task wrong. Sometimes I simply am overwhelmed." So, Virginia, you can definitely comment on that, and just share how you feel, because I know this is what you go through, and that would be wonderful if you just said something about it. And so Sophie says, "I just freeze up and avoid the new tasks completely. It is no secret that I have an exaggerated startle reflex." Are you talking? What? I'm not sure if she was saying something to me. She is in the other room, but she's not feeling well, so I don't know if she was saying something. Oh, that was Zina talking. That's my dog. Okay. So Sophie says, I always have anxiety. It never fully goes away, but I can function. Okay, so yes. So anxiety, and on those, so obviously, I want you to guys to know that when anxiety is present, when those feelings are present, okay, that you live with them, but the best thing you can do for yourself is to learn um, how to deal with it. Okay, so the more you learn about how to deal with anxiety, the better control you're gonna have. Okay, because you want to be able to, at some point to practice mindfulness and catch yourself that you're in anxiety and see, oh, what could I do about this moment right now? Could I, do something to feel better? Okay, and use what works for you and learn different ways of dealing with anxiety. If there's one way that works for you every time, then that's what you should be using, okay? But what I do encourage you is to learn, to educate yourself. You guys are all smart, learn how to deal with whatever emotional issues that you're going through. Educate yourself on that and become an expert on that, okay? Become an expert on the issue that you want to address and that you want to improve in your life, okay? So if you have a lot of anxiety, then you should become an expert, and maybe someday you can share this with others. You can share your knowledge with others, and you can teach others how to deal with anxiety or with different emotions, whatever it is that you want to share with others. Okay. Um, Virginia's okay. Let's see now. Okay, Matthew says, and Joshua has to come in with a COVID protection suit. Yeah. So that's good. Now, because well, clearly you don't want to get him sick, and does he bring you food? Like, I hope that how you're dealing with food, and is somebody taking care of you, or like, do you have to do everything by yourself? Because those are the things that make things more difficult, especially if you live alone. If you have to do everything by yourself and then there's no one there to help you, that may make things a lot more difficult. So the first step, okay, to addressing loneliness, isolation and loneliness and feeling lonely, is to reach out to others, okay, to connect with others. The first call would be family, okay, and friends. So whenever you feel lonely, and I'm saying whenever you feel lonely, you want to connect with others, and you feel like, oh, like I feel super lonely. I don't like to being feeling that way. The first thing you need to do is pick up the phone and call someone that that that's gonna be that's gonna, first of all, if it's a really serious thing, call the person that that's going to respond to you, okay, that's going to respond to you in a positive way, who's going to talk to you, who's compassionate, okay. Contact a family member. Sometimes you meet people, you have friends that are really good, who will talk to you and spend some time with you. And I know the voice call is good. If you guys can use video calls. Those are a little bit better, because then you see someone on the other side, uh, and you feel like there's a better connection at that time. And it's all about connecting with others. Okay, so we are social. We need to connect, and we need to feel seen. We need to feel heard, and we need to feel like we matter. Okay, so those are the three needs of the human, I would say, of a human being, to feel fulfilled. Okay, in a well, in a social way, or to feel fulfilled, we need to be seen, we need to be heard, and we need um, to be valued. Okay, so somebody needs to say, oh, I love you, so you know that you have value for someone else because they love you or they care about you. It's a friend saying, hey, I care how you feel, how you doing today, and not just don't just tell me you're okay, tell me the real thing, how you really doing. And so I want to thank Matthew for sharing his real feelings and what he's going through, because that's really important. Okay, and Sophie is always also sharing her real feelings. I really appreciate that, Sophie, because you're always open, and that's very important. Okay, I'm not gonna ask you guys, oh, how you're doing, for you to tell me that you're okay. This is not about that. It's about really sharing, how you really feel. When I ask those questions, I mean them. All right. Matthew says, one day I asked for an iced tea, sweet and uh, unsweet, and he made a sweet tea. And when I tasted it, I got mad and threw it at him, and he dodged it. Okay, well, um, sometimes, well, he definitely meant well to make you the tea for you, okay? Um, and yeah, people, you got mad, you wanted your tea, so, I mean, you guys obviously uh, care for each other, and it's important that, he's around and he's there to help you, okay? So, try to be nice to him, as nice as you can. And, appreciate um, uh, his affection and his help, and him being there for you, because this is very, very important, is to have people in your corner, even if they're far away. Sometimes, um, I have friends well, from social media, and they're in different countries, and sometimes they say things that really like resonate with me and really make me feel like I've been seen, heard, and appreciated. Okay, so that's when your love cup gets fulfilled, and you know that you matter to someone else. Okay, um, so the important part is to stay safely connected. So, uh, telephone calls, there is the WhatsApp, okay? That's for international calls. There are other apps that you can use, that you don't have to pay extra. You can just connect through Wi Fi, or through your phone, and then you don't have to pay extra for a long distance call, okay? Because I'm pretty sure that money is scarce for everybody right now, and scarce for everybody. And I know Virginia always likes me to pronounce things properly. And staying safely connected, meaning, let's say you have met someone brand new, let's say it was on Facebook or something, and someone tries to, be your friend on Facebook. You don't know them, you don't know nothing about them. Now, more than anything, I want you to understand that if it's a brand new, um, if it's a brand new, what do you call it? Uh, if it's just a brand new profile that somebody just created, or this year or something, I would be very wary of that. Okay, if someone has already been on Facebook for years, they have a whole bunch of pictures, they have, like, family things, and they posted things, and you see it's a real person and not somebody fake um, using somebody else's photographs and information. So you have to be very aware of who you are connecting with if it's a new person, because uh, sometimes if we feel that we don't get enough connection from our family and from our friends, we will reach out to social media, okay? But you need to be safe about that, okay? So that's what I mean about safety. Beware, don't give people too much information about yourself. You know, when you're getting to know someone, talk to them, get a feeling. If they ask you for things and it sounds weird, then, just avoid these people. Because I remember there was, at one point, there was person who reached out to me and they wanted to become friends, okay? So that was on Facebook. It was a profile, it was a man, older, so in my age, so I didn't think much of it. It looked like a regular person. He said he used to be in the army. He was not in the army anymore. So this is a lot of people use other people's photographs and profiles, okay? And so they can do malicious things. Okay, so you have to be careful. That's why I say you have to be careful if you're just meeting somebody new on social media, and develop relationship with people that you know that these are real people, that they have real lives, and that they matter, that they have similar interests to yours. More than anything, it's very important, because then you can connect on a level that, the interest level. If you're interested, let's say some people are interested in the brain, they can talk about different brain issues. If they like art, then they talk about art or music or whatever it is. Okay, so connecting with people who have the same interests is very, very good. So that's about safety, on being safely connected, okay, on social media. That goes for real life too, guys. If you don't know somebody, don't invite them to your place if you don't know them, okay? You don't know who that person is, okay? So eat and drink healthy. So that's another thing, that's another pointer of when you're being isolated and when you're being lonely, eating and drinking healthy foods will help you to stay healthier. And that goes for my elbow hurts a lot. Sorry, guys. That will help for you to stay healthier. It will help to better. Um, it will balance your emotions better. Okay, so for better emotional balance and for better physical health, because it all goes together. Okay, so eating and drinking healthy as much as you guys can. Raw fruits and veggies, I recommend very highly. It is the best thing for you, okay? And the next thing would be, and water for drinking, okay? Just pure, clean water. You don't have to go to for any fancy, sparkling water with who knows what, or any of that water that's been deprived of um all of the minerals. That's also not good for you, okay? So just plain uh, healthy water, okay, from the springs is the best one, right? And then, so exercise, huge part of being healthy, okay? And that goes for emotional health, that goes for physical health, that goes for overall health, that goes for better balance, health, emotionally and physically, okay, is to exercise. So exercise daily. So meaning you need to move your body daily. You're gonna bring the inflammation down, and you're gonna help yourself um, to better control the emotional health, and you're gonna help yourself to be healthier, well, physically as well. Okay, so Matthew says, one day. Oh, okay, I already read that. Virginia, are you asleep? I'm not sure. You're not saying anything. I'm not sure if you fell asleep or if you're still up out there. Okay, so exercise is the next thing. Virginia actually, 2 days ago, she exercised. And I always say when I do my exercise sessions online so I have exercise sessions. If you guys want to find them, just type GEM Realexcel. So GEM Realexcel, which is Global Exercise Movement. But those are very simple exercises. Okay, they're meant for people with with restrictions like I have. It doesn't require a lot of strenuous anything. Okay, and it's anybody can start that. Okay, pretty much anybody can do that. So exercise is super important. Moving your body every day. So walking is good. If you guys can go for a walk, like 1 hour walk is good. I do the 1 hour sessions online, so I have some already posted, some of them on YouTube, and I've been doing them on Twitch. So on Twitch you can find me under Real Excel for you, okay? And GEM, so GEM. So Sophie says, "Hi, I'm still here," and no worries. Okay. Um, so I don't see. Yeah, I think Virginia. Virginia, you still are you asleep? What? I can't hear her. So I having problem. I haven't having a issue with my ear too. So right now I have like I put like cotton stuff in my ears to keep it to prevent it from the cold getting into the ears. And actually, since I've done that, my ears have been getting better. All right. So next thing is, okay, for those of you guys where depression, where feeling of loneliness or isolation or depression kicks in, and it starts to feel overwhelming. Okay, if you don't get the help from your friends and family, okay, or online, you need to get outside help. Okay, so right now there is outside help, online help. Okay, provided usually by the government, and it's usually for free. So you'll be able to get that help from the government, and it will be online, so you don't have to leave your home. Okay. um, and it is important that if you get to the point where you feel like it's just too much, you really need to get help. Okay, don't be afraid to reach. Okay, don't be afraid to reach out to your friends. So the moment you feel bad, the first thing you should do, if you feel like you need to talk to someone, call your friends. Okay, if it's 3 o'clock in the morning and you know all your friends are sleeping, go online. Okay, there are people who are streaming on Twitch. I stream on Twitch. Sometimes I stream at night. Okay, who there are people who are streaming on YouTube. There are people who are active on Facebook. They streaming, maybe not as much streaming, but the biggest live streaming platform, okay, that interacts with people is Twitch. So if you want to have a lot of interaction, Twitch may be a thing for you. You have to be careful because if it's a gaming thing, there's a lot of flashlights there. So you wouldn't want to be watching somebody's game where there's a lot of flashing lights. You don't want that. But there are a lot of people who stream different things. They don't stream games. They just kind of just sit there and talk. Or there are live streamers who who play music, who play guitar and sing. There are live streamers who paint their art, while they're on the stream. So you can interact with them directly. They're there. They read, they read the comments and they say hi to people. So it's a very, very good platform to connect with others. Okay. Again, so that I'm talking about, if you don't have your friends, are not responding, or your family, they're all either busy or they're sleeping, reach out to social platforms. If not that, guys, seek help, okay? And there are 24-hour helplines, okay? And you guys, and they're available in every country, I'm pretty sure, okay? So reach out when you have a problem, when you have an issue that it's serious. Reach out. Do not be afraid to reach out. Always, always reach out and ask for help. Okay, so Matthew says, okay, Matthew will be right back. And okay, so if not live no more, I will see you next time. Okay, Matthew, so I hope everything is going well for you, and stay healthy. Do your best in resting a lot. Okay, move your body daily. Okay, even if you're in bed. Okay, move your body. So I show on my jams that you gotta move your body to get your lymphatic system moving. That's what they do when people have COVID. They have to turn their bodies over to make sure that the lymph and the lungs and everything, that the organs are being moved, because we need to move our bodies to stay healthy. Okay, so the lymphatic system, the only healthy way of cleansing the lymphatic system is by movement of the body. All right, so if you can just move your arms around, just lying in bed. Doesn't have to be a huge movement, doesn't have to be fast movement, doesn't have to be a difficult movement. Just move your arms, move your legs, do some Pilates if you can. So that's just like leg lifting and stuff like that. Okay, so you're moving your limbs, move your body a little bit, sit up if you can a few times. So you can, your body is like moving. All right. Sophie says self-care is thinking about your long-term happiness and well-being. It's about focusing on your physical, mental, and emotional health. Yes, thank you. And not to be confused with self-indulgence is self-care without moderation. Yes. Yeah, we usually know what self-indulgence means is people indulging in things that they think they need. Okay, so that's a difference between what you actually need to get better and what you think you need to get better. Okay. Um, it's important to set boundaries for yourself. Absolutely, I agree. Um, Massage. Very good, Sophie. This is my favorite in the whole world. It's a massage. Has been shown to relieve pain and stiffness, boost immunity, reduce anxiety and depression, lower stress and blood pressure, and increase circulation. Okay? And guess what? It also helps with the movement of the lymph. So massage it helps to create endorphins. It helps to make the person feel better. This is my absolute favorite in the world, is the massage. Okay, for over anything else. Okay. And good massage. So it has to be a masseuse that is a special masseuse. I have only found in my lifetime that I have only found two uh, people that have been able to do a really, really good, amazing body massage. And well, I met both of them in Toronto. One was a traveling masseuse, which what they do is they travel to different countries. They stay in each country for 2 years as a practice, so practitioners, and then they move to another country. So I made that one many years ago, and well, after he was no longer here, I couldn't find a good masseuse. I went to different places, and it's really really hard to find someone who's really really good. And then a few years back, I had I had an accident, and I was searching for another masseuse, and I found an amazing lady, uh, and uh, she was smaller than me. She was like a lot shorter than me. The one of the best people who knows the body, who knows how to address it, who knows the massage. Oh my God. It's just too bad that that's the one thing that I miss about, being COVID and having to not being able to get the massage. If you guys lucky enough to have someone at home who can do that for you, then that is wonderful. Sophie says studies have indicated that practicing gratitude has numerous benefits, including optimizing our cardiac health, reducing anxiety and depression, as well as sharpening our brain function. So, absolutely, gratitude. This is a practice that has been more and more introduced um, into social media because the when you practice gratitude, and we're talking about practicing it every day, reminding yourself every day, maybe putting like a little alarm with a note besides the alarm when it comes on to say, okay, this is your gratitude time. So let's say you wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning, you go wash up, whatever, and you make your tea, you go to the washroom, whatever, make your tea, and then you sit down and you do your gratitude. So you say what you're grateful for. This is the best times to do that is in the morning and in the evening before you go to sleep. So in the evening you already knew what you went through the day, and you know what you are thankful for. Your mind is a little bit more advanced than it was in the morning. Okay, so in the morning you will have different things that you're going to be grateful for, because you're going to be kind of an autopilot because you've been sleeping. So your mind still works while you're asleep. Okay, and your mind still processes everything that happened before, the day before. And so sometimes things don't kick in until the next day. When somebody ever asks me to make an important decision, I never like to make an important decision right at the moment or even later on that day. I like to tell the person I'm going to sleep on it, and then tomorrow I'm going to give you the answer, okay? The reason why is, for some reason, when I sleep on it, I feel that when I make that decision the next day, that it is going to be a better decision, okay? Because my brain has had time to process it, and I slept on it. So subconsciously, if I go with some decision, it will be more what I feel. It will be a better decision. Okay. Um, so the gratitude, it's in the morning and in the evening. Okay. Also, practicing mindfulness, gratitude, practicing positive affirmations. Okay, we have a video with positive affirmations. I highly recommend it to you guys to do this every single day. This is positive affirmations for epilepsy. Okay, look it up on our channel. All right. So Sophie says, when when your place is in order, you'll have more space for your body and your soul. The clearing process itself, the cleaning process itself, can be a needed distraction if you are too caught up by anxiety and stress. Absolutely. So, create a self care kit put together, things that calm your mind. Yes, a very good thought. Photos with your family, affirmation cards, or your favorite scented candle. So okay, so those are good things because okay, so the favorite scented candle, if you have seizures and you live by yourself, that's probably not a good idea. Okay, you could put some kind of a light, and maybe instead of scented candle, you could have like a favorite oil, like a bergamot oil or whatever it is that you like. Frankincense is good for people with epilepsy. Okay, and so those are the rituals, and scented candle, it works on our senses. So if you are using the sense of smell, okay, for as a ritual to help you feel better, okay, that's a good thing. Okay, that's a good ritual. If you are using um, okay, so photos of your family, affirmation cards, and your favorite center candle. So photos of your family. So you're reminding yourself that you're not alone, first of all, because you have family. Reminding yourself you have friends, or even if you had friends in school, reach out to your school friends. Let's say you're feeling lonely and you're feeling that that you need that connection. Connect with your friends. You never know, what can happen. Okay, so and then Sophie says, wake up earlier, make yourself a cup of coffee or tea. Okay, depends what you like. Sit down and make plans for the day before breakfast. So when you make a plan for the day, make a plan of things that you want to do and things that must be done. Okay, so those are two different things. uh, One thing I have learned is that uh, there was one program that I went through, and they were calling things that you have to, the hardest things that you have to do throughout the day were called the biggest rocks. Okay, so biggest rocks meaning, the heaviest things to lift. But those biggest rocks, so the hardest things, so not necessarily physically hardest, it could be just the hardest things for you. You put them on your paper. The hardest one, you put it as number one to do on your list. The moment you have done or you have crossed off that biggest rock in a day, at the beginning of the day, guess what? Your day is just got so much easier. Okay? Also from personal experience, you put it in order of priority. So whatever has to be done. Let's say you have to go to the doctor right after breakfast. Okay. So obviously, if you have other biggest rock, that's gonna have to wait because you already have an appointment. So order of priority, and the biggest, most important things at the top of your list. And then towards things later on throughout the day, that can wait. Okay. um, read book Read a book, any book, irrelevant to your work or life. This will give your mind a perfect pause from daytime stress. So yes, so reading a book is excellent. First of all, you are increasing your knowledge. You are developing new brain cells because you have to think, you have to make new connections. So this is good for your brain. It is good for your body as well at the same time. Okay, and reading. Let's say you want to get away from stress, so reading is one way of doing it. Listening to good music is another way. Calm music, okay, not some kind of like heavy heavy metal or rock band or something like that. Okay, that's a different story. But so listening to calm music. Uh, I have just created a new video, okay, which is ocean waves. It is a 12-hour video, so it's a video. It's meant more for listening than watching because it's just ocean waves that I have created. I put visual pink and purple color on them. So if you just want to relax and you want to watch the waves, they are purple and pink, and the color is calming color. It's warm color, so if you want to go to sleep, it will help to relax the mind as well. So the color therapy is there, and the therapy of calming ocean waves is super good for that, and for sleeping. You can have it on a very low setting for audio for sleep and just to relax on that. Okay. Um, Sophie says, be careful of this tip if it is triggering. Take a warm bath, soak your stress and anxiety in warm water. So for some of you, if you have, depends on what type of seizures you have, and I always discourage taking baths for people who have certain seizures, okay, or to take it by yourself at any time. So have someone there with you. Soothing bath will boost your blood flow and enhance your energy level as well. So let's say you have type of seizures that don't go with bath. Soaking your feet in, let's say, Epsom salt can help. It will be relaxing, warm. Like put some warm water in a basin, soak your feet in Epsom salt. That will also help a lot. Okay, it will help you relax. You could maybe get, someone in your family massage your shoulders. That would be super wonderful. Okay. um, Visit somewhere that spikes childhood memory. That's awesome. It can be your old house, a playground, or your elementary school. So those are good things because a lot of us have positive childhood memories. Okay, so where you were playing, where you had friends, where you had, well, a lot of interaction, social interaction. So those are huge, uh, very good positive pointers. Thank you for that, Sophie. And the tip above can be applicable to for COVID. Absolutely. So, sleep, mental illness, or epilepsy can leave you feeling more tired than normal. So, mostly it does for pretty much every person with seizures or epilepsy. So take as much sleep as you need to re-energize. So re-energize and rebuild your brain cells because that's and body cells. The only time it happens is when the person is asleep. Okay, so cellular regeneration happens. Let me just fix this. Sorry, I want to fix the uh, my microphone. Okay, so body regeneration happens only when you are asleep. Mindful coloring brings you into the present moment by calming your mind and using your creative side. So yes, creating art is also very good. So those are the alternatives, okay? Because a lot of people suddenly they're not working. Suddenly they can't, they're not going out with friends like they used to. So suddenly, all of these activities that they were doing before, They're not there. You need to create new ones, guys. Okay, so you need to create a new plan for yourself. So like Sophie says, you wake up, you make a plan for, you know, for your day. Okay, and that should be done every day. You create a routine for yourself, okay, where you say, okay, you know, every day I'm gonna go for, let's say, 1 hour walk, or every day I'm gonna do dancercise with Elena, okay, on gym. All right, or you know, and I'm gonna do positive affirmations in the morning, which is the best because it brings you the positive mindset for the whole day. So the positive affirmations for epilepsy, okay, you can do them in the morning after you have created your daily agenda, or before, whatever, you know, whichever works for you. And uh, so yeah, so I lost my thought over there. So being creative and creating um, that new set of things that you're gonna do every day for yourself, okay? Because let's say you're no longer working, which work occupied pretty much the whole day. You know, you woke up in the morning, you know, getting ready for work, then you worked, then you came home, you're pretty much relaxing, you know, to rest so you could go to work tomorrow, okay? So you now, let's say if you're not working anymore, you need a new agenda, and you need to do something so you don't feel like suddenly you have nothing to do. Okay, so the first thing usually comes to is boredom. Then people start bringing all these negative emotions. It's because they're no longer doing something of purpose. Okay, so you need to have purpose. Okay, find things that make that have meaning to you. Okay, that you want to do, that will bring that, you know, that feeling of satisfaction. So let's say mindful coloring, you know, doing any type of art, creating music. Like for example, Virginia likes to sing. She likes to do, you know, she likes to stream on Twitch. She does gaming. Like I like to create videos, and I like to create photographs, enhance photographs and stuff. Excuse me. And I like to create music videos as well. So you bring that creative mind, something that gives you that feeling of satisfaction, of being, of, you know, having purpose. Okay, when I create these videos and I'm here with you guys, it makes me feel like I have purpose. Okay, so having purpose is super important because it gives you, I don't know, it gives you just that feeling of belonging. Okay, I don't know why, but you know that it does. All right, so having purpose and having focus on what you want out of life is very, very important. Um, make list of things. Oops, sorry. Okay, let me go just up a little bit. Can I go up? Let me see. Uh, okay, so Sophie says, make list of things you want to do and achieve. What do you want to achieve in your life? Where do you want to go? Yes. Do you want to see? List your goals and dreams. So create things. You create, now you have to create your own agenda. Okay, so instead of, let's say you no longer work or you no longer go to school, and you don't have an agenda made for you because you know you don't have to be somewhere every day to work. Okay, so you have to create that day for yourself and create one that's going to bring you pleasure. Create one that's going to make you feel like you have achieved something. Okay, so that's really super important. Digital detox. Social media makes most of us anxious, and I am sure it does for you too. Take a day off and notice how much better you feel. So, yes, so depends on how much time you spend on social media. It is very important to take one day off, at least one day off, okay? Even, the biggest guys that talk about, like organizing your days and everything, they also talk about social detox, digital detox, and Darren Hardy, for example, he says, take one day off, okay, and just, uh, go out, spend time with your family that day, read a book, paint a picture, go through your family photo album, go through your memories and just remind yourself, how good of a life you had, okay? um, and remember about the gratitude in the morning and the evening. It's very important. So journal. Okay, so very good. Thank you, Sophie. This is really helpful, and thank you for your help. Okay, journal all of your thoughts and feelings out until you can't write anymore. So journal, usually the best thing journal is in the evening before you go to sleep. Write your things down. This was suggested to, we have gone actually through therapy a few years back. And so I was told that the journal is a great way of, putting your thoughts on paper, and it lets you see and understand things you have achieved, things you have gone through. It gives you a little bit more perspective on things, okay? So it helps your mind to process some things once you reread it, because if you read your journal again, you will see some things, you may see some things in a different way, so in a different perspective. So when you reread it, say, oh, you know what? It was this. You could even read it the next day, and you could say, "Oh, uh, I'm not as lonely as I thought I was." Okay, because I called yesterday. I was feeling super super lonely, and then I called a couple of my friends, and they responded in such a way that I felt super happy, and overwhelmed. Like even like in a way that they responded to me so well. We talked for hours. We had so much fun. We had a few laughs. We talked about our school years, whatever. Okay, so guys, remember to reach for your memories, to reach out to your friends, and to reach out to your family for help. Okay, for clean clothes, put clean clothes on. There is nothing better than clean clothes to make you feel a bit fresher. Absolutely. Okay, every day. Write a list of compliments to yourself. Okay. When was the last time you said something nice about yourself? Now is the time to. Now is the time, sister. Oh, you are super amazing, Sophie. Okay, absolutely. Sophie, tell me something nice about yourself, okay? Uh, please. You gotta be super, super nice. This is something, okay, it made me cry. Uh, it is actually a really, really good thing, and that's why it became so emotional for me. There had been times where I was going through very difficult emotional times, and this was suggested in one of the self-help programs that I have purchased at that time. I was in my early 20s, and I was going through a divorce. I was going through separation, and I just had a brand new baby, and things were like not really looking good for me. So I got a whole bunch of self-help programs, and this was one of the suggestions, and this, when you start focusing, so this is when you bring the focus of what's negative and what's bad in your life, to focus to what's positive. So, like, let's say I went to the mirror. I was actually heavily overweight out right after the birth of my child, and I lost like about 80 pounds after I started on exercise program. And so I would go to the mirror. I would say, I don't like what I see. Okay. So the positive thing would be, I'm great. I can do it. So positive affirmations are very important. Okay. And the only way you can have positive affirmations and you can bring them to yourself when you start using them. So you have to do this every day. Let's say you skip or you forgot one day, get back and do it the next day, or get back the minute you remember that you forgot. Okay, always get back to whatever you want to improve in your life. The moment you see that you forgot it and you can do it at that moment, just do it. Right. um so guess, Sophie, what I'm doing tonight. I am putting a list of compliments to myself. Okay. That's gonna be a real boost. As you can see, it put a big smile on my face. Okay. Um, or brother Zeus gender? What? Or brother. Okay. Uh, Forgive others and yourself. Holding into hate, resentment, anger, let it go and forgive it. Forgive if you don't. You are only hurting yourself. So yes, uh, holding on to, I would say, to call it a bad vibes. Okay, bad vibes would be when people hate somebody else and they just holding the grudge onto that for many years. It eats, like, it really creates more of a bad um, vibes around that person. Okay, I know someone like that personally. Someone in my family, and I have had to put up with that person's vibes for many years, until I said, hey, no more. I'm done. And just, the further you stay away from me, the happier I'm gonna be. So let's just keep the distance. Okay. So um so that's thing, I have forgiven them, but I don't want them in my life. So those are two different things. Okay, you forget, you don't get angry anymore, and then you say, hey, I lock that door. Okay, you no longer have entrance to make my life miserable, and that's it. All right. Now I use the I use the website for the ideas, and YouTube will not let me put it in the comments. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, oh, will not let you. Okay. So, yeah. Well, you can use different websites. So if it doesn't, at some point they, well, the bot knows that you copying and pasting. So maybe don't copy and paste the like exact same thing one after another. Just kind of make them scattered information. But yeah, thank you for that. Anyways, dance like nobody is watching. So dance with Elena on Gem, okay? On Twitch for 1 hour, okay? Realexcel for you. That is my Twitch name on Twitch. You guys can come, and I do different Twitch streams as well. So you're welcome to come interact over there if you want. Um, and so dancing, I am a huge fan of dancing. I love music. I love dancing. I love art. And dancing is one of my absolute favorites. so massage and dancing, listening to the music. Okay, I also used to sing. I actually don't have the voice I used to have because as a child I sang a lot, but then for many years, for decades, I have not been singing. So my voice is definitely not where it used to be. All right, get your blood flowing and your cheeks glowing. You're gonna get your whole body glowing. Okay. Leave toxic negative relationships. Yes. So this is a huge pointer for those of you who are going, like, I know this is a time in COVID, so sometimes, guys, you may have to, you may be stuck, with someone who is not necessarily ideal for you. Uh, if you can leave a toxic negative relationship, then you should definitely do so. Last but definitely not least, but one of the hardest, let go of relationships that make you feel less than and don't support you. Okay, so that's another thing. Okay, I have left relationships because of those points, and I have actually lived many years by my well, not by myself, with my daughter, but I've been a single mom for most of my life. That goes for when my children were little to at the time now when they're both adults. And I have learned that being in a toxic relationship, being in a relationship that is bad, it's not just bad for you, it's bad for your kids, it's bad for your health. So toxic relationship could be physically toxic, could be emotionally toxic. There are people who actually make you feel bad emotionally all the time. Okay, so those are like verbal bullies. They pretend to be nice, so they are nice to you, and then they kind of just slash it like in seconds with some other bad remarks about you that make you feel less than what you are, less than pretty much anybody in a room. It's even worse if they do that in public. So, if you have someone like that in your life, uh, I left that person who made me feel like that, and I am very happy that I did. Okay, though there's I would not change anything about my decision today. Okay, so um, we went to on my. Okay, so yeah, thank you, Sophie, for this. These are wonderful things, and I just wanted to tell you guys. I wanted to go over my list that I wrote down. So get online help if you need it, and when needed. So if you need it and when needed. So uh, you need it when you feel like it's too much for you to handle. That's the time for you to get that help, because that means that obviously you're not handling it. Okay, so there is a government help available online. All right, it's for free. I'm pretty sure in every country because of the COVID. So it's a plus, okay, to help you with dealing with mental health, and it is very important to be able to address those issues. Okay, those are issues that are not just emotional, they may become really serious health problems in the future, and you want to address that as soon as possible. So, uh, so next thing on my list was ask others a heartfelt, compassionate question. Are you okay? And how are you? Okay, so like I was already talking when Matthew was still there, that when sometimes people say hello, hey, how are you today? Oh, I'm fine. And how are you? Oh, I'm great. And it's just something people say, okay? But guys, if you're talking to someone that you know on a personal level, don't always say you're okay. You know, just let them know some days that you're not okay. All right, let them know, hey, you know, I'm going through this. I really, you know, I kind of feel like, you know, it's a really difficult day for me. Be honest, and you know, you just, you know, that person, if they care about you, they're gonna do their best to give you the support that you need. Okay, and that's super important. Okay, so be compassionate. Show compassion to others. Receive the compassion if somebody's compassionate towards you. Okay, don't be afraid to accept somebody else's love and somebody else's compassion. Uh, so remember to reach out. I'm going to repeat again. This is the tip of the day for today. Okay? I remember I said I always want to give you guys tip of the day. This is the tip of the day. Always, always reach out when you feel lonely or overwhelmed with any type of emotions. Okay, so whether you reach out to, like I said, to your family, reach out to your friends, or reach out to for government help, because sometimes your family and friends are not available. Okay, or you may not have some people don't have that kind of support system, so that's also another thing to deal with. Okay, so tips to break away from feelings of loneliness. Stay connected with people who care about you. Okay, this is in a nutshell. And excuse me, either by phone, texting, and the best one is in a video call, because we're in a pandemic, because right now a lot of places are on the lockdown. Okay, so you're not allowed to go outside, you're not allowed to socialize. Okay, so do that face call with somebody. You have WhatsApp, you have Facebook, you have um, other ways of connecting with people. Okay, and so connect. Sorry, I just had to fix my uh, uh, okay, so connect with others, all right, and uh, in a way, remember to be seen. So let's say, you know, if it's not a face call, you could take a snapshot picture of how you feel. Okay, let's say, well, share it with people who you know that are not gonna say bad things to you. Okay, so if you're sharing it, let's say in a support group, we have actually a support group. It's called Realexcel Epilepsy Portal. Well, I have page and a support group on Facebook. So you guys are welcome. If you use that platform, you are welcome to become a member. Okay, and follow our page as well. All right. And so you know, you share your thoughts. You share with people who you know that are gonna respond to you, and texting, like Virginia likes texting a lot. This is a new thing. Now, texting, I know for a fact, and this is a fact for anyone, that texting is not a real form of communication. Because, okay, so when you text, when you're interacting with someone else, when you text, they text you back. What you perceive of what this person said to you is what you, it's based on the perception of that person, okay, of your perception of who that person is. So they may say something. If you're not on face talk meaning you see somebody in a video. If you're not on face talk, you're not in a video with someone, then you a lot of that communication gets lost. Okay, so the best form of communication right now is well, online is a video. okay? So try to use the video as much as you can, because you get that interaction, you get the feeling of how the person is responding to you, okay? You ask them question or you say something, you see the response, okay? So it's not as good 100% as directly, because then you don't get the magnetic field, okay? But that's the only equation that's taken out of it. You still hear the audio, you still have the visual, okay? And you know how this person feels about what you just said to them, okay? So then you can feel more fulfilled. You feel more fulfilled because you have been seen, you have been heard, okay? And the person says, I love you, I care about you, stay well, stay healthy. That is super important. All right. So Sophie says, yeah. So she was saying walk in nature, which is one of my points. Okay. So leave. Okay. Talk more tips. Oh yeah. Okay. Some more tips. Choke a pet or cuddle a toy. So yes, well, cuddle a toy can go for pretty much anybody at any age. There are people who like to cuddle a toy when they're older, all right? And if you have a pet, so pet your pet as often as you can. They're gonna return the love. Animals have been proven to improve your mood. Yes, no pets, grab your fave teddy or blanket. So yes, so those are ways of getting in kind of your comforting zone. So let's say you have a favorite blanket, you wrap yourself in a blanket, keeps you nice and warm, and you just, oh, this feels so nice and comfortable, okay? Or let's say if if I sometimes I have different feelings, and my dog Zena is gonna come. She's gonna come running. She's gonna wag her tail, and she's gonna like, go wow wow wow. It completely disarms me if I was upset or anything. It's super super amazing. We had cats before. That was many years ago, and they passed away. So now we have dogs. Both experiences were very, very wonderful. And having pets at home is actually a very good thing if you guys can have pets. Uh, Walk in nature. Connect to the earth and ground yourself in nature. Pure bliss and the best medicine. Okay, so, walking every day. You guys can call walk. So this is another thing I was gonna talk about, is just going for a walk. Okay, you go for a walk. Even now in the pandemic, if you go for a walk, we are allowed here in Toronto. We are allowed to walk for exercise. Okay, so we're allowed to exercise, which is a necessity. So while you're walking, you have visual of what's going on in your community. Okay, so you're still interacting. You look at that other person that's walking, or your neighbors walking a dog. You wave to them. You say hi, and that's an interaction. Okay, that's an affirmation that someone cares, okay? Because they're gonna wave back and say, "Hey, how are you?" Okay, so your social love cup is getting filled, okay? Even while you're walking, right? Now, if you live in an area where there isn't much population, can still go for walks, which is very important for health. If you live in the area, or if it's summertime, so where it's warm, if you guys can connect to earth in a way that it's the best way, it's grounding yourself, meaning you take those shoes off and you walk, let's say on the grass, or you walk on the ground with bare feet, or just, or you could just sit in a chair and just put your feet on the ground, or put a blanket on the ground, one that does not um, separate you magnetically from the ground. Okay, so you want something that's gonna that you're gonna get that magnetism of the earth. All right. There's something about grounding yourself. We have a magnetic field as human beings. We have our own magnetic field, and animals do as well, plants, and the earth does. Okay, and we need to connect to earth. We don't have enough connection to our mother earth. And grounding yourself, it's very healthy for our to help us always to reset that magnetic field that we have. Okay, because a lot of us have the magnetic field is not healthy, and the re, the closer to the earth you are, like I love being on the beach, I love like swimming in the ocean, because that to that uh, brings me to that feeling of belonging, belonging to earth. It I don't know, it just makes me feel like I'm alive when I do that. All right, so there goes vacation, next vacation to Cuba. Okay. All right. So, yeah, blanket. Okay. So next thing is say no. Take your power back and say no to things you don't want to do. Set boundaries. Okay. Setting boundaries is important. It is setting boundaries towards other people and towards things that you don't want. It's super important. Okay. So guys, it is okay to set boundaries. It is okay to say no when someone comes around, they want to do something you don't want. You say no. No, I'm not okay with that, please don't do it. I don't feel like I want to do, or whatever it is. Set boundaries, and it is okay to do that. All right. So sometimes just by doing that, especially if it's a family member who, let's say as an example, has been controlling you, and you always felt uneasy about that kind of control, and you kind of want to set some boundaries. It is healthy, or your friend who's been always kind of kind of going over with the boundaries. Say, hey, it's not okay. Just please stop doing that. That's okay to do that. All right. It's healthy. It lets them know that you're not okay with it, and it makes you stronger. And here, especially for that, oops, for that part where I say that I have Virginia here. You guys see, is it this way? No, this way. You see Virginia right here? Okay, so I posted her picture here. Okay, so because I wanted you guys to feel strong. Okay, no matter who you are, no matter how you grew up, no matter what your present situation is, I want you to feel like you can make a positive change in your life. Okay, so I put her picture there for you guys. Okay, love, positivity, and confidence are my strengths in epilepsy. Okay, so there are your strengths no matter what, whether you have, even if you have epilepsy or not, if you have different types of issues you're going through, and things are just kind of piling up and feeling like it's too much. Always strive to feel love. Okay, to give love, to feel loved, to express your love, to express positivity, and this will give you in turn it will give you confidence, and it will give you strength. Okay, because you're gonna feel more confident about yourself, and you're gonna say, hey, I can actually do this. All right, and the more you reinforce that positive um, behavior and that positive feeling, it's gonna make you feel stronger and more confident. Um, okay, so already okay. Grounding yourself is like self-care, but it is more than that. It is a practice that can help you pull away from flashbacks, unwanted memories, and negative or challenging emotions. Okay, so that's very good. Okay, so walk in nature, connect with the earth, and ground yourself in nature. Pure bliss. Okay, I already read that one. Alright, so let's go to. Oh, okay, I'm not sure if I'm covering. Okay, alright. So here are some tips. So here are some other tips that Sophie has shared. And she says, put hands in water, focus on the water's temperature and how it feels on your fingers, palms, and the backs of your hands. Does it feel the same in each part of your hand? Okay, so now you're using a certain sensory feeling. So you kind of taking focus. You can do different exercises like that because you're taking focus from, let's say, thinking about your negative emotions to something that's in the present. Okay, so something that is well, sensory perception. You're feeling things. You're focusing on that. Okay, so you're taking focus out of things you don't want to things that are in the present, that are reality. All right, that's a very good thing to do. Pick up or touch items. Pair. Are you the are the things you touch soft or hard? Have heavy or light? Warm or cool? Focus on the texture and color of each time. Now, has any of you read the book? What's it called? In the Power of Now. Okay, it's a very very powerful book, and some people live in the past, and some people live in the future, and not many people live in the present. And it is very important, well, let's say, to create things that you want to do in the future, and at the same time to be present, so to be grounded. Okay, to feel that, okay, today, what's today, today is cold, what am I eating, and to feel all those senses, because sometimes just focusing on that, you are being in the present. So this is a wonderful exercise. Sophie, thank you for that. Challenge yourself to think of specific color, such as crimson burgundy, beautiful, indigo, or turquoise. Oh, nice colors. Instead of simply red or blue. Beautiful. I love turquoise. Um, burgundy, yeah, indigo. Okay, breathe deeply, slowly, inhale, then exhale. So breathing exercises, okay? So this is another thing that you can help yourself uh, overcome stress with loneliness, isolation, depression, and stress and anxiety, okay? To help yourself to um, not to completely control it, okay? uh, at some point you can control if you come to find out what works for you. Okay, the things that help you keep it at par is are things that like exercise, and things like breathing exercises, mindfulness, meditation, okay, relaxation, so listening to, let's say, relaxing music, or ocean waves, okay, you can put those for sleeping. So breathing is very important. It brings oxygen to your brain, so it helps enhance your body's, first of all, to enhance your body in every way, okay? So breathing exercises, even if you practice breathing exercises, just for a few breaths daily, you're already increasing the oxygen intake. So you're increasing the oxygen intake to your brain and to your cells, and you're going to be healthier. Exercise does that for you as well. So that's why exercise is so good. And so deep, slowly inhale, then exhale. If it helps, you can say or think in and out with each breath. Feel each breath filling your lungs, and note how it feels to push it out back out. Okay, so those are the breathing exercises. Okay, I highly recommend any type of breathing exercises, any type of meditation. uh, Now guys, you need to, there's so many different ones, and just find the one that works for you. Okay, find the one that resonates with you, find the one that brings you the feeling of feeling better, of being fulfilled, and remember to do it daily. Okay, daily affirmations, guys. I'm going to repeat again. There's a video with daily positive affirmations for epilepsy. I really want you to go through that, do it for 30 days, and then, after that, you will see. You could write down in your journal now the feelings before you started, and then after the 30 days have passed, how you feel. Do you feel differently? Are some of the perception of things that you had before doing those positive affirmations, are some of your perception of things different today? That's the 30 days after doing the positive affirmations. Are they different than they were 30 days ago, before you started? Okay, so that will give you, um, you know, first of all, it will give you the feeling of achievement. Okay, it will give you the feeling of you have made change, a positive change, and it will make you feel better, obviously, about yourself. It will make you feel stronger emotionally, and it will make you feel like you can do things to change your situation, whatever present situation that you want to change that is not working for you. Okay, now next thing would be savor food or drink. Take snail bites or sips of a food or beverage you enjoy, letting yourself fully taste each bite. Think about how how the flavors that linger in your tongue. Okay, so yeah, and again, so being present and feeling that sensory, feeling the sensory, using your sensory, um, or using your senses to be in the present. Okay, so this is what you're focusing on, the present. All right, so now, for example, if I was to focus on the present, I would just remember that I am really, really thirsty right now. I'm a little bit dehydrated, so I'm gonna have some water. Okay. Thank you, Sophie. Okay, that's my Goldenseal drink. Hold on, I need water. Okay, so that's water. Wonderful. Take a short walk. Concentrate on your steps. You can even count them. Notice the rhythm of your steps, of your footsteps, and know it feels to put your foot on the ground and then lift it again. These are great exercises. Okay, they make you mindful of what's going on. Okay, so being practicing awareness. Let me see. Did I? Okay, take a. Okay, so I read that. and hold a piece of ice. That's not very pleasant, okay? What does it feel like at first? How long does it take to start melting? Oh, it will probably start to hurt first. How does the sensation change when the ice begins to melt? Okay, so you can also, let's say you're a person who's bedbound, and you can also do imagery thing, okay, and using the memory of of your senses to do those exercises. Excuse me. Okay, so savor scents. They're a fragrance that appeals to you. This might be a cup of tea. Cup of tea. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna have a sip. Okay, guys. Because you just reminded me, and this is gonna soothe my throat. So um this is a tea with lemon. So with lemon, and so it helps me to soothe the throat. And the tea is Earl Grey. This is actually a very good quality Earl Grey that has the bergamot oil in it. So it gives. So if you like that, then that's gonna give you that pleasure of something that your body perceives as pleasurable. Okay. Um, so this might be a cup of tea, a herb or spice. So let's say somebody likes cinnamon, or somebody likes, like I like lots of herbs. So some of the fragrant ones, let's say for cooking and baking, is vanilla. For cooking would be basil, for example. And a favorite soap or a scented candle. Inhale and fragrance deeply and try to note its qualities. Okay, a lot of people like mint, so mint is also a very good one. So, using senses, you can use. There are oils that you can purchase. So some of them are natural, some of them are not. When you're getting those, make sure that you get quality stuff from a known supplier if you are going after the natural stuff. So make sure that it's the real thing, and that it's safe for you, okay? That it's not synthetic. Oils, the concentrated oils, they do not go directly on the body, so never put them on your body directly, okay? Okay, so next one. Okay. Uh, did I miss something? Okay, so move your body, pay attention to how your body feels with each movement. And when your hands or feet touch the floor or move through the air, how does the floor feel against the feet and hands? Against your feet and hands. Okay, so those exercises are very good. Remember, guys, so we're gonna take the focus of whatever's going on, if it's a negative thing, and then you're just using your senses to feel the present. Okay? I was gonna talk about the exercise. Okay? So when I have started the gym, so which is global exercise movement, because I got fed up with, well, first of all, with the way my body feels every day, with the pain I'm going through, with all the stuff and stress and things that I'm going through. So I started this movement, And I used to exercise many times in my life over a long period of time. At each time, I designed a program where I was working out for, let's say, a certain amount of time in a day, different types of workouts, and so I would lose a lot of weight. But it's the reason why I wanted to mention it is because when you exercise, at some point when you exercise, your body kicks the endorphins kick in. Okay, it's an amazing feeling when the endorphins kick in, and you feel super super good. Okay, your body produces all these chemicals that help you with pain. Well, obviously, it's still gonna be pain later on when the person's after workout and stuff. So don't start and do it for 2 hours like Virginia did a couple of days ago. She's unable. She was unable to like walk for the next 2 days. But practice mindfulness again when you're starting. Don't do it like first. Don't do it the first day 2 hours. Do half an hour or 15-minute workout, and then increase it as your body permits to do that. Okay. Um, Listen to your surroundings. Do you hear birds, dogs barking, machinery, or traffic? Do you hear people talking? What are they saying? Do you recognize the language? Okay, so when you go for those walks, when I was talking about going for a walk, to break away from your routine at home, from being in the four walls, even just being outside and paying attention to other people, just watching people walking their dogs, saying hello to the neighbor across the street, just waving, and watching people. You could see traffic, depends if you're in a city, if you're in a rural area. And so just seeing that, okay, makes you break away from just being and sitting in the four walls. So walking every day outside gives you the vitamin D, first of all, that you need for health, and it gives you a sense of uh, being in the present. So, okay, because when you're paying attention to details, okay, so details, you look at your neighbor walking your dog. Is it a small dog? Is it a white dog? How is the neighbor, how does the neighbor feel today? Do they look like they're stressed, or are they smiling at you, they say hello, okay? Even if they stress, it's still got nothing to do with you. It's their life, okay? So, do you recognize the language? Yes. Um, so, feel your body. You can do this sitting or standing. Focus on how your body feels from head to toe. Noticing each part. Can you feel your hair on your shoulders or forehead? So, if I was to say right now, feel your body, which I try to avoid uh, all day because I live with pain. And so my most concentrated areas are my neck, shoulders, my back, and depends of how long I've been on standing, sometimes my legs, and lately I've been having problem with my knees. So, well, the most common areas are the stress areas, so which are the shoulders, neck, shoulders, and the lower back. Okay, and so if I was to concentrate on that, I would say, okay, well, I feel my pain. I When I take the focus off that and I talk to you guys, I don't feel that pain. Well, the pain is there, okay, but my focus is on talking to you. So for that time that I take the focus on of the pain, of feeling the pain, and talking to you, and focusing on how I can make life easier. For other people, that brings me pleasure, and that makes me feel good, and it puts my focus on something else. All right. So sometimes changing your focus from what's going on, from something negative, or something bad, or something painful, all right, can make things better for you. All right. So that's one way of doing things here. Okay. So glasses on your ears or nose, the weight of your shirt or your shoulders. Do your arms feel loose or stiff at your side? Can you feel your heartbeat, or is it rapid or steady? Okay. So again, where is it? Did I lose this? Okay, where is it? Okay, there it is. Um, so does your stomach feel full, or are you hungry? Are your legs crossed, or are your feet resting on the floor? Is your back straight? Curl your fingers and wiggle your toes. Okay, so these are really, really good exercises. Okay, they bring you to the present moment. Okay, so you guys do what works for you. Okay, so different exercises, you can do different things. Let's say, for example, you have trouble sleeping, you could do one exercise like that before you go to sleep. I highly recommend the new video, okay, that I put together for the ocean waves. Okay, put it on a very, very low audio. Okay, so very low setting, and then have it playing all night while you sleep. Okay, so this, and then see how rested you feel the next day. So if this is for sleeping only, okay, not before you go to sleep, but for sleeping only, put it on a very, very low setting, volume setting. All right, and then mental techniques. There's grounding exercises. Use mental distraction to help redirect your thoughts away from distressing feelings and back to the present. So these exercises are very, very good for that. Okay, and back to here and now. All right. So again, I highly recommend for those of you to read good books. Okay, so one of them would be The Power of Now. If you're a person who likes to live in the past or who likes to live in the future, okay, so that's a very good book for you. Sophie says play a memory game. Look at detailed photographs or pictures for 5 to 10 seconds. Um, then turn the photograph face down and recreate the photograph in your mind in as much detail as possible. Oh, so this is a super good exercise for your memory. You can do that, and that will teach your brain to pay attention to details. So it could be photograph of anything, or just it doesn't have to be a photograph. Let's say you look around your room, and thank you, honey, because it's getting really cold in my room. You look at around your room and you try to, let's say, or you look at the table and you try to remember, okay, so the whole setting of your table as it is right now, what's on my table, where exactly it is, and so that's you practice your memory with that. Okay, and pay attention to details as well. So think in categories, choose one or two broad categories such as musical instruments, ice cream, flavor, mammals, or baseball team. List as many things from each category as you can. So again, exercise your brain. This is good. So those are good exercises. All exercises that can, let's say if you're bored, you can do those exercises. You can do those exercises by yourself, okay? So you could put, when you write down the agenda for the day, you can say, okay, so for half an hour, I'm gonna do, let's say, some sensory perception exercises. Then another 15 minutes, I like to do breathing exercises, and put it all throughout the day so they're not all together, so they don't feel like work, okay? Um, Start with the positive affirmations in the morning, and then you can scatter these exercises throughout the day, all right? The sensory perception, you can do that in the afternoon, or you can do that in the evening before you go to sleep. Your sleeping may be a lot more interesting, okay, when you do those exercises, because then your brain is focusing on certain things, and it can bring, different types of dreams as well. So that may be a very interesting exercise for you. Um, okay, let me see. Okay, use an anchoring phrase. This might be something like, I'm full, name X years old, I live in a city. Today is it's the morning. There is no one else in the room. Okay, anchoring phrase. Okay, what would the anchoring phrase be for then? Uh, Okay, anchoring phrases. So you can create your anchoring phrases for creating a sense of feeling calm. Okay, so you can expand on a phrase by adding details until you feel calm, such as it's raining lightly, but I can still see the sun. It's my break time. I'm thirsty, so I'm going to make a cup of tea. Okay, so you can use phrases like, "Oh, um, I love, I love today." So you can put your own phrases. You can even create your own positive affirmations, okay, the ones that work for you personally. And I think those would be really great phrases that actually apply to your present, okay? So you can create those yourself. Use math and numbers, even if you aren't a math person. Numbers can help center you, really. Try running through a times table in your head, counting backwards from 100. All right, so different exercises, and you can use. Okay, let me see. All right. Okay, so there was exercises. So in school, I'm pretty sure that all of you went through that, where they ask you to recite something. They ask you to recite a poem, or sing a song, okay, or recite a book passage, by heart. All right, so learning words to songs, we're learning songs, and learning how to recite poems and stuff, it's a very, very good memory exercise. Okay, if you say the words about focus on the shape of each word on your lips and in your mouth. Oh, if you say the words aloud, not about. Focus on the shape of each word of your lips and mouth. If you say the words in your head, visualize each word as you see it on the page. So those are different exercises. So sensory perception, visualization, which is really good. You can use visualization for many things, to work your brain as well at the same time. Let's say you have been, or you haven't been to, like a, say, tropical island, on a beach or somewhere, and this is something you would like to experience. You can just visualize that. Okay, and let's say you want to feel you on vacation. So let's say you've never been to a tropical island. Okay, we actually have a couple of videos that are like a tropical island vacation. You guys are very welcome to watch them. Okay, there a couple of them, one or two. There are drone. Uh, there are drone flight through. So it's like kind of like a walkthrough, and it's a very good visualization. So you could imagine like yourself being on the beach over there. You could, let's say, look at the picture and then close your eyes and say, I'm on the beach, and you can play the ocean waves video that I've created, and you close your eyes and you say, yeah, I'm on the beach right now and I'm just relaxing, and I can hear the ocean waves. Oh, this is so nice. And yeah, so visualization, okay, very important for you guys. Those are all good mental exercises. mm, okay, so you can say the words in your head. Visualize each word as you see it on a page. So, Sophie, if you're just pasting it from like one website, it may give me a hard time in a video. Okay. I hope this is not just from one website. Okay. Let's just. I'm gonna go through some stuff that I have written down, and then I'm gonna read again the last three paragraphs that you wrote, because I don't want to be reading it all. It seems like I think it's from just one page. So let's go over the other stuff that I have written down here. And okay, so in okay, so not to feel, when I have not felt lonely or isolated, even though that uh, I've I pretty much stay in my bed most of the day. I don't go out anywhere. And it's been like that for years. I go only if I need to get food, uh, something that I can't order, or if I have to go to, let's say, to a doctor, which doesn't happen very often. And so those are the things that you guys, when you feel that it's all about perception. So if you feel lonely and isolated, it is because you think that you're lonely. Okay, you think that you are isolated. You are practically, okay, let's say, you're practically surrounded by so many people. Okay, because there are so many people that live in the world. And right now social media is available to meet new people, and to interact with others. I know it's not the same as interacting in real life, but it is an alternative, and at this time and nowadays it needs to be used. And in a nutshell, so I want to say this again, I'm going to repeat this again. In a nutshell, whatever you do, okay, you need to feel, seen, to feel socially, to feel socially, um, to have your social love cup filled. Okay, you need to feel seen. You need to feel heard and valued. Okay, so those are your. You can write these things down. Okay, because if you are, let's say you're texting, you're not really seen. You're not really heard. Okay, you could be valued. Okay, so somebody says, I really like you. I'm grateful for this and that, but you're not seen and you're not heard. So those are two uh, big components of just texting that are not uh, filled or fulfilled when you're just texting. Okay, where it comes to using like trying to fill your social love cup. Okay. 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 So Sophie, you guys can read this because I don't really want to read out everything. I hope that I'm not gonna get in trouble for reading all the other stuff. Okay, and so Sophie talks about the laundry, then describing common tasks, uh, you know, think how you can, uh, so doing different tasks, okay, tuning a guitar, yes, that's a very nice one. Haven't done that in a really long time. Okay. Okay, so here's go through the process step by step as if you are as if you are giving someone else instructions on how to do it. Okay, so okay, so there's even you can play a game with others. So you can play chess, let's say you can play chess or even games with other people. That's available on Twitch. You can. I don't recommend games with flashing lights for those of you who are photosensitive. So there are a lot of games that don't have that. Okay, so you can play those, and you can play chess with other people, which is very interactive. I haven't played chess myself in I don't know how many years. Gee, maybe 30 years, more, maybe more. I don't know. Okay, and so playing games, interacting with others. So you can do even that. You can do a game like that with others. So you can invent your own games. You can play with others, even though you're not in the same room. You can still interact with someone. Okay, over the phone, you can interact with them. Uh, is that Devi or Zina? Is that Devi or Zina? Devi or Zina? Okay. Yeah. So thank you guys. I'm gonna finish up because right now I need to actually do. Um, I need to address my throat and I need to do some gargle exercises um, with some herbs that I have. for throat. Okay. Um, it's called sage, and made a decoction of sage, which is boiling it for half an hour. Then it stands, cool off. Uh, Obviously strain it, and then the best thing to use it is to use it warm to do the gurgles. And so that helps to uh, keep the throat clear of bugs, the ones that you don't want. You don't want them to be there. Okay, so Sophie, thank you for being here with me. I really appreciate all your help and your sharing. Now, I'm gonna do well. The Sunday hangouts are here. I'm gonna bring. I was gonna bring two more this week, or this past week. I was feeling sick, so I couldn't do that. But so I'm bringing the hangouts for um, people who are caregivers. So for caregivers, I'm gonna bring them back, and I think they're gonna be either on Thursdays or Saturdays. I'm not sure yet. And so I wanna bring two more streams throughout the week, and we're gonna continue on Sunday streams as well. Okay? So thank you everyone for being here today. Please share your thoughts on your emotional, on your emotions, on how you deal with it. Share your thoughts with us. Share your thoughts on the pandemic. And I gotta finish up because right now, the dog Virginia brought back is really being annoying. Okay, so lots of love to all of you. Like, subscribe, and share. If you're not subscribed yet, there is a button right beside subscription that says that looks like a bell. Press the bell, and then put all of that you want to receive all of the notifications. So when we're gonna have live streams or videos come out, that you're gonna be able to see right away when it happens. All right. Okay, see you till next Sunday. If not, I am gonna be posting stuff this during the week. So two more streams during this week. And I'm gonna let you know. Well, the YouTube is gonna let you know if you guys subscribed to all the notifications. You will always get the notification that the live stream is happening. Okay, you'll be able to come on right away. Okay, ciao ciao. Lots of love, everybody. Stay healthy, stay strong. Okay, make sure that love, positivity, and confidence are your strengths in epilepsy. All right, love you all. Ciao ciao.